Hi everyone, Evelyn Domalanta here and Molly Zanrosso, and we are with Beautiful Minds Inspire and Successful Women in Business, and we have the honor and privilege today to interview a gentleman and a reputable, respected, awesome, successful leader in the network marketing profession today. And I just wanted to share just a little story. Just a year ago, a year ago or so, I was in the lows of my lows when it came to the network marketing profession. I just wanted to quit and just turn around and just give up. And the countless sleepless nights, I found Ray Higdon, and things just changed for me. And so this man that I'm going to introduce, he's not only a successful leader right now, seven-figure earners, more than that, and a coach and a mentor to everyone, and everybody loves this person. I love him. I'm so excited. It's like the dream come true to have him right in front of me right now. But just to give you all just a little introduction of his story. 2004 to 2008, he was in real estate, and it was a devastating time for him because he didn't know what was going to happen, and the real estate crash in 2009. Things were just just dark for him. And he knew he just needed to change. And he found network marketing, the profession. He joined in network marketing. He found his beautiful wife, Jessica Higdon. And just through hard work and personal development and just educating himself, and not only just that, he is where he is today, less than 4 years. And so it's so exciting, and I'm just humbled, and my heart is just full with just love to introduce Ray Higdon, and he's also a two-time #1 selling author, and I just love him to death. And so he's going to come on and just share a little bit about himself, and we're going to ask him a couple questions. And this is all for all of you, for the people out there, and it's to share value and to contribute to all of your growth. So Ray Higdon, I am so glad to have you. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
I'm honored to be here. Thanks so much.
Please tell us just a little bit of your, I know I talked a little bit about your story, but what has, from network marketing, #1 top earner in your company, and just reaching 7 figures, from shifting as a coach and mentor now, and just, earning not just 7 figures, or, it's not just about the money, but just being successful right now. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Like you said, I was in real estate, and when the market changed, I didn't know how to adapt, and so I got beat up pretty good. And actually, I was in personal foreclosure. I was dead broke, and life was not easy. And along, the few years prior, I'd actually tried my hand at network marketing, and I had failed in like 11 different companies. So I didn't know what I was doing there either. And it was a couple things that happened in my life that I think prepared me for a new path. I reestablished a relationship with my dad, who I hadn't talked to in 13 years. He met my sons for the first time. They were 8 and 9 years old. And so that kind of clearing up some of that past helped me create a new future. And then I got into network marketing. I got serious about network marketing, should I say. And I did become the #1 income earner in that company, which is my last company, and earned over $1 million in commissions there, and and it was awesome. I didn't plan on doing this, but in the meantime, I started doing coaching and training for people in other companies, and we've since built a multiple 7-figure coaching and training business, and so it's been awesome. It's great to every single day. There's not a day go by that I don't get a Facebook message or an email or someone thanking me, saying that I help make an impact in their life, which makes me feel fantastic, and it keeps me, keeps that drive going to keep putting value into the marketplace.
Yes, that's amazing, and I just love your story, Ray. And I wanted to ask this question, and just through all that you just said, and it's geared to personal development, and I missed that $500 challenge. I know it was due on Monday, but I'm gonna say this right now, is that if it's one thing that I got from all the years, from just listening to all your podcasts, and making sure I get on your blogs and listening to what you have and just watching and reading and just getting the knowledge is the mindset. You know, I
Yeah.
believe that you are amazing at the prospecting, the teaching, the lead generation, and helping people to become successful um, network marketers. And what I really got from you and the value because of your heart, and this is why I'm so, and it's just valuable information, is that um, the value that you provide. And can you just touch a little bit of why it's so important to fix your mind, like fix yourself inside first? Because once you've done that, all that how, the prospecting, the lead generation, the how to brand, and all this stuff just comes into play when you fix yourself inside. So can you please just elaborate a little bit how that is a key, that's the key fundamental to your
Sure.
success industry?
Yeah, it's for sure the key. It's like you said, people are always looking for the how. They want the script. They want the how do I get more traffic? How do I get more leads? How do I close more sales? How do I follow up with people? How do I do this? How do I do that? And everyone always wants that stuff. And then lo and behold, you'll see someone in your company that doesn't know any of that stuff that crushes it. And like, well, what the heck? What do they know? And it's just like, I was at a mastermind last week, and one of the guys that I was sitting next to and chatting with is this guy, Dr. Sean Stevenson, who's been featured on PBS, and he's just a world-renowned speaker and everything. And he was saying bulldozers just bulldoze. They just get stuff done. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They don't know everything about everything, but they get stuff done. And so what happens is if you work on your mindset and you create a vision of who you want to become, you won't know how to get to where you want to go, but you'll get there.
Mhm.
And that's something that people really need to embrace is if you've gone to seminar after seminar after seminar and you came out of it and you didn't create new results, it's your mindset. It's not that you lack what to do. You've heard what to do over and over and over and over. It's just you didn't do it. And so, people need to stop looking at what they think they know and instead look at their results. So if someone thinks they know everything about sales, but they've never made any money in sales, then they don't know about sales, right? They need to work on that mindset of being okay with not being perfect, but taking imperfect action to build new results.
Mhm.
And so it's just always the mindset. I mean, if you look at anybody that's created major success, they decided to. It wasn't that they learned how to, they decided to. And that's a big difference.
Yes, making that decision. And thank you for that answer. And it just evolves like this. I just wanted to, for the viewers out there, there's going to be amazing leaders and mentors out there. And I just wanted to add that, having sought out Ray and just listening and just the value that he provides, he's just a giver. He's such a giver, and that's the reason why he has what he has now. And not only that, obviously, he took action. But I wanted to also gear it towards branding, and I know that there's that offline. You're an amazing person offline and online now. And why are people shifting online and utilizing the internet, social media as a conduit to market and to better themselves? Can you please just elaborate on branding, because that's something that you're really big at, branding yourself.
Mhm.
People obviously join people, and so can you please touch a little bit on that, please?
Yeah, branding isn't what most people think. It's, branding is occupying a position in a demographic or geographic or some kind of graphic mind, right? And so it's not a logo, although a logo may be part of a brand. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a slogan, although a slogan may be part of a brand. It's literally occupying a position in people's minds. And so, if you look at, traditional network marketing trainers, one dominates, Eric Worre. He's the dominating network marketing trainer. If you look at internet trainers, there's guys like Frank Kern, Ryan Dice, Mike Koenigs. There's a lot of guys that are internet trainers. What we wanted to occupy was the ones that married the two. Most network marketing trainers hate talking about the internet because they feel that their people can't make the distinction and learn it, and they'll just be confused. Internet marketers mostly have never built a team. And so they teach in a transactional manner versus in a build a community kind of manner. And so what we wanted to do was be the people that married the two, because the problem is if you go to a network marketing function and say, hey, who all's on Facebook? They all are. All of them are. And so if you don't teach proper Facebook tactics, then you're basically unleashing the wolves on social media that don't know what they're doing, and they give your company a bad name. And so we wanted to teach people how to properly use the internet, and that's actually our brand, how to properly use the internet to get more leads, recruit more reps, become top earners in your network marketing company, and so still use the internet, but also build a network marketing business. And so a brand is specialization, a brand is occupying a position in people's mind, and a brand is congruency. You won't see me ever talk about home meetings are terrible, or vice versa, the internet's bad, right? It just confuses you. You won't hear me say those two things because they would be off-brand. My brand is here's how to use the internet to build your network marketing business, and I also embrace all the traditional stuff that some of the other trainers teach as well.
Okay, awesome. And that answers a lot. I actually learned something. You added some stuff in there. I learned something new, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
I also, you're a mentor and coach, a documented mentor and coach, and there's nobody that I've come across this day that has anything bad to say, and just their character and just who they are, they exude this positive energy and this authenticity. And so what I love about that, and I'm going to ask this question because it's a pet peeve of mine, and this is how I transition, and I started to find the right people. Like all leaders, and I know you're going to say this, that when you surround yourself with the right people and you emulate, because success leaves clues, and you emulate what they're doing, obviously you're getting closer to that with the mindset, with the personal development. And you as a mentor and coach already, I see that you still go out there and get personal development. Like you just pay $25,000 to get top-notch, training. Why is that? Why can you just open the minds of people? Why it's so important that personal development and just being open to learn is such a key to growth.
Sure.
To success.
There's multiple factors to that. There's multiple reasons why. So, I think it was maybe a year or so ago, someone asked me, what do you view as success? And I don't know that I have the perfect definition, but I believe success is a combination of growth and contribution. So you're growing yourself. I wouldn't be happy if I wasn't learning something. I got to be learning something. And I also wouldn't be happy if I wasn't contributing something. So if I'm just over here learning and I'm sitting in a library and no one ever knows anything that I'm doing, that wouldn't be success to me. Just like if I was just teaching, and me never learning, that also wouldn't be success. It's somewhere a combination of the two. And so there's a lot of reasons. Reason number one, network marketers are network marketers, right? They're still marketers. And so if you want to dominate any profession, pump more value into that marketplace than anyone else. Well, what's value? Value could be blogs, could be articles, videos, products, courses, seminars, webinars, whatever, right? It's something that is helping that target market. And so I look to pump value into the marketplace, and for me to provide the highest level of value, I need to learn more. And so for me to, if I'm just reading books from the 1950s and that's all I have to offer, then, that's probably good, but it's not great. And so I'm constantly investing in myself to make myself more knowledgeable so I can be more valuable. And that's there are things that I share publicly. There are things that I share to my mastermind clients. There's things that I share to my coaching clients. And they are a little different. They're congruent. There's no, I'm not going to say something over here and then I say, hey, that's really not right. But I'll share more in detail, like marketing and branding and things like that with my coaching clients. And so that would be number one, to make myself more valuable. Number two, if you're an implementer, it's an investment, you know. And I remember last year we had just bought our house, right? Or we were in the process of closing on our house, so we needed a pretty good chunk of change to get the mortgage, right? We got a small mortgage on the house. They made us pay off the IRS early, which was a very large check. And so we had to pay off the IRS early. We had to come up with money for the down payment. And I go to my wife and I say, hey, I want this new training. It's $50,000. And she's like, ooh, it's a really bad time. And I said, it's never a bad time to make more money. So I got my way. And from that $50,000 investment, you know, I can't say my exact return, but it's probably around 200 to 300,000. And so every time I've invested in coaching or mentoring, I've made more than I invested, and that's because I'm an implementer. If you're not an implementer, then buying coaching and training isn't really going to help. But you know, you need to implement the things that you're learning. So we've in the last it's March, so in the last 2 years we've invested $209,000 just in coaching and mentoring. That's not courses, that's not travel, that's just coaching and mentoring. And you know, that's why I think our clients constantly renew. That's why I think we constantly build an audience, is we're constantly building our value to go out and put more value into the marketplace. Kind of a long answer, huh?
No, that's wonderful, because I'm glad that you elaborated on that, and so that people can think bigger. Bigger. And for those who want to play big, because I hear you say this a lot, and this is part of your, you know, coaching your clients, is that you want to work with those who think big and play big and want to win. And so that makes total sense, and I totally value you for that. And so, you know, I'm going to turn it over to Molly, and she's going to make you laugh, because we were just talking before we got on. She remembered some of your blogs where you had, what was the name of that character where you had the wig and you'd come on?
Bobby.
Yes, Brooke Bobby. So she has a couple questions for you, and I'm just excited to have her on. She's just Molly's a loving mom, and not only that, she's a rising successful entrepreneur, and she's here to help inspire women, successful women in business. That's her group that she created, and so I just wanted to introduce her.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Ray. Hi. Nice to be here with you, and thank you so much for taking out some of your time today to spend with us. We really appreciate it. I'm a mom. I have 3 sons, so you know, laughing in our house is they're all grown now. In fact, my oldest son Vincent is a big fan of yours, and he sent me a message the other day after he watched something after you went to the. Tell us the name of the trainer for the 25K event that you just went to.
Joe Polish.
Yeah. So he says, Mom, you know, it's really important to find people that want what you have, not necessarily that need what you have. And I was, oh, thanks, Vinny. He's like, I got that from Ray Higdon. I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, nice. Okay. So what I was going to say is I really appreciate your sense of humor, because you know, all the things you do. I think it's really important to laugh your way through life, and I also think that, you know, laughter and sense of humor can help you get through some of the really hard times in life, you know, in a marriage, or, you know, just in life when you're feeling down. You know, like I said, my sons have made me watch that movie Happy Gilmore probably 30 times. So that being said, we have a lot of women that come to us with the question, not really the question, but more of the problem about their husbands just not being into what they're doing, or just not being supportive, or just being like, oh, you're doing that again. You haven't made any money at that, you know. So what do you have to say to those women? How can you help them still kind of try to hang in there, even though their husbands just really aren't so supportive to network marketing or affiliate marketing or what they're doing?
So a few things. All right. Where do I start? I would say first of all, you need to realize that some people have crafted a relationship, and they think that the norm in society is to have some kind of complaint about their spouse, right? And so, there are guys that'll be like, "Oh, my wife's going shopping," right? Oh, there he goes, watching football again, right? And so it's kind of a society norm that there's conflict between the spouses. That's other spouses identify with that, and so sometimes we get in the habit of adhering to society norms, even when they don't really bother us that much. Like it's just easy. It's easy to fit into society norms. So you need to disassociate from any kind of inkling that he's not supportive of me, meaning he doesn't love me. See, that's the conclusion that a lot of women draw. And if he complains about shopping, they don't have that association of, oh, he doesn't love me, he doesn't like me shopping for shoes, right? They don't have that association. But when something's like a business, sometimes they draw that association of, oh, he doesn't support me in my business, he doesn't love me, right? That isn't the case, right? Now, I'm not saying it's always never the case. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know, right? But it's not one and the same. It doesn't mean that he's not supportive and whatever. So you need to understand that they don't actually have to be supportive, but they should not be tackling you, right? And it's in a football term, if I'm running the ball, hey, you don't have to block for me, but you also don't have to tackle me, right? And so I would have a frank talk with them, and I would say, hey, listen, you don't have to support me on this. You don't have to show up to meetings. You don't have to bake cookies when I have travel or when I have home parties or whatever. But just stop the complaining, right? And just have that kind of talk with them. Okay. So I'm kind of leading you down a few different steps here. So number one, disassociate any kind of love attachment to he's supportive, not supportive, because society is just normal for there to be complaints. Lucy, right? There's just society norms of conflict between male and female, and other couples, they identify with that, right? Oh, he comes home, takes his boots off, and drinks a beer watching TV, right? Oh, God. That doesn't mean that there's a hate there. It doesn't mean there's a dislike. It's just that's a society norm. Someone complaining about another, that's a normal society. I'm not suggesting you should be that way, but that's just a society norm. And so that'd be number one. Number two, have a frank talk. Hey, listen, I'm going to run with this thing. And you don't have to support me. You don't got to wear the shirt or wear the hat or drink the Kool-Aid, but I'm going to run there. So please don't go, spreading crap with our friends saying how stupid it is or whatever. Just, do your own thing. Go watch some football or something, right? Number three, now this is very important. You got to do what you say you're going to do, okay? There comes a limit where support gets a little ridiculous, okay? If you've been in 52 different companies and you've spent the company fortune on joining all these companies and you've never actually done anything, that's a problem. That would test even Gandhi of his support, right? So you need to do something. If you say you're going to do it, you need to go after it and really make it happen. And stop looking for endless support with no results on your end. So you need to change your habits to get better results. And lastly, now this is a very powerful suggestion that has helped a lot of couples. Secretly, every single day, if you're feeling that major conflict in your relationship, every day, secretly, don't tell them, okay? Every day, make a little list of what you are grateful for them, okay? Maybe you're grateful that they have a job. Maybe you're grateful that they shaved this morning. Maybe you're grateful that they're there for you. Maybe you're grateful that they're a great provider or a great protector or whatever, right? Make a little list secretly. Don't show it to them. Look, I'm grateful for you, right? Don't do that. That doesn't work. Do it in your own way. Because the thing with guys is, believe it or not, most guys are low maintenance. If they feel there's a couple things that are important to guys. Okay, I love to feel appreciated. That was one of the things that was in my perfect woman would be this, right? Be appreciative, right? Number two, we don't want our women stressed. We just don't want them stressed. It's a like if Jessica is stressed, it affects me in a very weird way, in a carnal way, that makes me think I'm not enough, right? And so we don't want our women stressed, and we want to feel appreciated. And it doesn't take a whole lot, I don't think, right? And so I make this little gratitude list every day. Make a little gratitude list. What are you happy? Maybe, I'm so grateful you took out the trash. Whatever, right? It doesn't have to be, really, really super deep, but just a thing to kind of switch up your energy and be one more of gratitude. And it's shocking how when you practice gratitude, how everyone else changes. That's what's funny about it, right? You're the one doing it. They're not doing it, right? You're doing it. But then all of a sudden they start treating you differently. It's kind of strange, but it works. And so you got to do that. Do that every single day. Do it for an extended period of time. Again, don't tell them, right? Can't believe I've been grateful for you, right? That doesn't work, right? Just silently be grateful. Write down your little list, and you'll be amazed at. You follow all of those tips, you'll probably see a major change.
Yeah, that's really good information. I love the part about not correlating like love for support. So yeah, I think that'll hit home for a lot of women. And I know we just have a few more minutes. I'll just ask one question. I'm going to keep it along the same lines because I know you have two sons. Just two sons, or?
Two sons. Yep.
No daughters. Okay. So I guess the next question is, because we have a lot of work from home moms or people that want to be work from home moms that are working and trying to get home to be with their kids. So what are just a few tips that you can give on how to successfully work from home if you have little kids running around, and how to make your family know how important it is that if you only have a couple hours, that you dedicated the time towards working on your business, that they need to take care of themselves for a little bit, or what do you and Jessica do to make that work? Because I know you guys you work together and you got kids, and you're probably all in the same house a lot of the time. So
first of all, just to clarify, I went through a divorce. So my two kids are from my first marriage.
Okay.
So we split time. Just to clarify that.
Okay. Good.
When they're older, they can take care of themselves.
Right.
But I can speak to this. Where people fall to pieces on this kind of thing is if they don't have any kind of structured time. So what happens usually, I think, is people they're thinking about their business all the time, and they're making the kids lunch, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and they're constantly thinking about it, and it comes out at the inappropriate time, right? And so they're like, man, I need to work on my business, right? Because it's kind of frustrating. What you need to do is have a sit-down talk with the family and say, hey guys, love you. You guys are the greatest thing in my entire life. Listen, I want us to have a bigger and better life, and so I need to work on my business. So from, you pick the time from 6:30 to 7:45. Mommy's going to be over here, and mommy's going to have headphones on, or mommy's going to be on the phone, and no one's to bother mommy. Okay, that's the only time I'm asking for. If a fire happens, call the fire department, make sure they put it out, and let me know after 7:45, right? And you need to just have that established time. Now that will put a lot of pressure on you to perform. Mm-hmm. If you're going to ask for that time, you better be performing. So don't be just there's a cat video on Facebook. That's not 6:30 to 7:45 time. That's time for you to be reaching out to people on the phone, mm-hmm. messaging people on Facebook, maybe doing a little bit of study or something like that. So you need to make sure you utilize that time, but you need a dedicated time, because mm-hmm. if you're not, then you're not present. And the problem with that is your family will build angst against your business when it's actually your fault. Okay, so if you're never present, if you're just like, oh, what was that, Jimmy? Because you're thinking about your downline, right? They're going to draw angst. They're going to be like, man, I hate it that she's in business. She's always thinking about her business. But if you're present with them at the times when you need to be present with them, and then you focus when you need to focus, they'll actually appreciate that. They'll appreciate your stance, that you took a stand and you said, hey, this time, hey, I want to be able to spend my time with you. I want to take you to Disney World, once a month, right? I want to take you around the world, and I'll never be able to make that happen if mommy doesn't do this over here. So you got to draw that there's a benefit, there's a long-term benefit of this over here. And I'll give you a great story. One of my friends who, at the time, she was a single mom bartender. She now works in a clothing store. But at the time, she was a single mom bartender, and she won a company cruise, right? And this was a few years ago, but she won a company cruise, and she took her son, right? And so the son had the blast of his life. He had so much fun. He loved it. And he says to his mom, now, he never liked mommy working on the business before, but he says to mommy, he says, hey, you better make sure you win these in the future, right? He saw a benefit.
Right.
See, a lot of times, if you're just working, and you're not present, they see zero benefit. And so, why wouldn't they hate it, right? They're going to hate it. And, you need to do the actual work, have a dedicated amount of time so you can show them the benefit. In the meantime, you can pitch them the benefit. You can say, hey, guys, you know how you'd love to go to the Kennedy Space Center or whatever, right? Dollywood or whatever. You know how you'd like to go do this? Well, mommy needs to do some work so we can bring in some more money so we can afford to do that. You need to draw some benefits for them and then have that dedicated time. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I think if you're able to separate those times and actually use them the way, and like you said, be present in the moment with your children. Stop thinking about this and be present in your work. That people ask, why are so many people failing in this business? It's because they aren't able to separate those times. So that's
right.
Awesome advice. I love it, and I agree with it. So thank you so much. I think we're kind of coming down to the wire here. So thank you so much for letting me ask questions. And back to Evelyn.
Sure.
Thank you, Molly. We just nailed it on the spot, and I love how this just transitioned, because not only did we just straight up talk about network marketing and some advice on that, but we also touched on relationships and real life, and how this just goes together in sync. And Ray, this is just why I love you so much. Just time. I just wanted to add this. That list that he was talking about of writing your gratitude and what you're grateful for. I remember him in a blog. He had written a list of the type of relationship and woman that he desired, and that's Jessica. And see the power of law of attraction in the mind. When you put yourself to it and you really have that desire, it's going to happen. And I just wanted to bring up Jessica because she's just a wonderful person, and she's also a #1 top earner in her network marketing profession as well. So just wanted to bring that up for the viewers. That's Ray Higdon's beautiful wife, Jessica.
Yeah, and if you play your cards right, you might be able to interview her too at some point. she's in more demand than I am, but yeah, I can put in a good word.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, Ray, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time. I wanted to have the viewers, how are they going to contact you? I know you have webinars and you have events going on. I think your next event is going to be your Top Earner Successful. And please talk about some of your events, how they can find you, and just to close that out for the viewers.
Sure. So yeah, our next event is our annual event, and it's called Top Earner Academy. So Top Earner Academy, that's our annual event, and this year it's in Tampa, Florida. It's August 13th through 16th, and we have some just incredible speakers there. And so that's that. You can find out more at topearneracademy.com. Also, for the last 5 years, I've been putting out free training on my blog at rayhigdon.com, and they can certainly check that out as well.
Okay, amazing. So everyone, you guys got the wonderful Ray Higdon. Again, I just appreciate your time. This is such a treat to our viewers, and just to expose a wonderful, not just he's a successful individual with his wife in the profession, but just his heart, guys. And I just wanted to really throw this out there that beautiful minds inspire. In those who are out there in the grind, and wanting to have this as a profession, as their career, and to work from home, you want to emulate and learn from people who are proven, who have that proven success. And I believe in this: documentation beats conversation. So RayHigdon.com, guys, and for us, Molly Zanrosso, you can find us on Facebook, Successful Women in Business, and Evelyn Domalanta, Beautiful Minds Inspire. I'll have details in the bottom. And bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Any last words, Ray?
Thanks for having me on. I'm honored. It was fun.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you. Thanks, Evelyn.
Right, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Have a great day.